it's just like... What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching The Road to TF5. This is Webster's We're talking about Transformers last night. This is episode number 187, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the 5th trailer for Transformers last night. They're calling it Trailer L. It's 90 seconds, and I'm just thinking, did we need a 5th trailer? There's all these TV spots. We even ended up getting a 4th trailer, and isn't that a little bit overkill? Because when you really look at them, and I have, there's really not a whole lot of new stuff shown, and all they're really doing is recycling footage. Not that I'm complaining, I'm actually kind of glad that they're just recycling footage, rearranging them around, and just having extended versions of existing scenes. But if they're just gonna do that, did we really need a whole new trailer? And after watching this trailer, I'll be completely honest, I think it's a little bit rushed and also a little bit sloppy. And I'm going to explain why. Okay, first of all, there's not a whole lot of music in this. They didn't include much of the sound in it, and all of the sound really comes near the end, and it's kind of like a slow build up to some more exciting scenes. But I'm going to explain why I think it's a little bit sloppy, and I'm going to just only talk about the new scenes. We're gonna start off with this scene right here, where you see this guy with this really cool looking helmet getting ready for battle. He looks vicious. And then we have catapults, or rather these trebuchets, launching great balls of fire. This is a scene which involves a lot of projectiles, not just trebuchets and great balls of fires, but flaming arrows, and things just blow up, and you look at this guy about to stab another guy. So this scene is going to be pretty epic, okay? But a lot of these shots are actually moving very quickly. So it's very fast paced. And then, of course, we get to see a shot of London, something that we didn't get to see a whole lot of. Of course, there's your obligatory Michael Bay helicopter flying into the city shot. We've seen it many times, and this is a shot of, I think this is the shot in Iceland. They did mention that they were filming in Iceland, so I guess this is one of those shots. Now, here's something interesting. Vivian Wembley looking at this necklace that has a Dragon Storm on it. This is something that obviously holds some significance, because it's a piece of history which explains that, hey, these guys existed in the past, and Sir Edmund Burton has his relic to prove it. Moving on. Speaking of relics, a Cybertronian knight holds out his hand. You can see he's a little bit wounded there with the green blood, and he's got some battle damage, but he's passing this piece. He's passing this piece to somebody, I think right before he dies, and I'm sure whoever holds on to this is going to be have something special. I mean, why would they show it on the trailer with this dying knight if it's not supposed to be something significant? It's being passed on, and it means something, okay? Moving on. Okay, now here's where it starts getting sloppy, okay? Now, this is a beautiful shot. This is a really quite beautiful shot. We've seen this thing before, and it's really, it's been tweaked a bit, so that it looks really nice. And if you notice on the left of it, you can actually see some kind of symbol there, and I'm sure it means something, okay? We'll go back to this in just a second. Here's a shot of Cade Yeager, falling in the water. Captain Lennox is about to save him. There's that image again. I mean, not the image again. There's that symbol again. This is a symbol that we see. It's a recurring symbol. It definitely represents something special. And then I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. I'm really not sure. It looks like it could be like a skeleton or a skull of some kind of animal with horns. And now here is that thing. Now here's a thing that I recognize that, well, first of all, that's a female's hand, but that is Cade's arm. That's his bicep, because I recognize the shirt, but the female hand, which is either Izzy or looks like Vivian Wembley's hand, it wouldn't be touching that if it didn't mean something significant. I mean, why would he touch that little like metal bicep brace thing if it didn't mean something significant? That's something significant, okay? I believe this could be a scene from World War II. This is probably a couple of vehicles coming into the palace. Now here's where it gets sloppy. This shot is shown again. Remember, I told you about the shot that was shown earlier? this shot was shown again, and they're showing the shot again because it had to have been an error in editing. It was so quick. And then you see the same shot again. It wasn't like Merlin on his horse came forward, like it didn't move closer to the screen. It was the exact same shot, and they put it in twice. So that's why I said that this trailer was rushed. They're really pushing out the marketing heavy, even though like they should have like spent a little bit more time in the editing room. Now, hey, by the way, it's not a complaint, it's an observation, okay? So relax. Calm down already. So here is a scene right before we get into Blenheim Palace, and there's going to be a big battle there. We already know there's going to be a big battle. Cogman is standing there before this giant Cybertronian piece is about to crash onto Earth, and then we got some. I believe this could be the table that Anthony Hopkins has at like the round table. Oh, this is a great shot. I really love this shot. I love this shot so much that when I watch this in IMAX 3D, I feel like I'm just gonna like freak out, because look at this. We got knights on horses, and then like these hulking massive beasts like charging about. They look like metal football players, oversized metal football players. Okay, now we fast forward into modern day. This is Sir Edmund Burton's castle. Now here's a submersible going down to that Cybertronian vessel. Now this is cool. Bumblebee in World War II blasting up Nazis, taking out Nazi headquarters. There's another Autobot there with double guns. It's got some heavy firepower, and I believe that would be his brother-in-arms, Hot Rod. Okay, I believe that's Hot Rod, just based on the fact that they're together and they are brothers in arms. Like, who else would fight with Bumblebee? Like as an obvious choice, right? Next shot, this Cybertronian vessel rises up a little bit higher. It's basically an extended scene that we've already seen. And hello, cutie pie. Okay, moving on, we have these I believe they're TRF. I mean, could they be SEALs? They could be SEALs as well. They could be they might not be TRF guys, but they are. I guess now that they're submerged into the ship, the Cybertronian ship, now it's time to explore the area. So they are doing that. Here's Quintessa. We've seen that, but it's extended, and we see her smirk. So that was pretty cool. And the animation for that is just fantastic. I don't know who Izzy is looking at, but she seems quite distressed. The pieces of Cybertron are hitting the moon, and there's the landing ship, and then it pans over, making its way towards Earth. So that's pretty awesome. Now, this is a shot we've seen before, but something different about it is that Bumblebee and Hot Rod, the buddies that they are, they're running together, and I don't know where they're running to, or are they running away from something? They could be running away from the crashing of Cybertron, or they could be running to get to something. Like they're trying to reach a destination. There's a new shot of Hound, and like I said before, who is he blasting? Who is he shooting at? Who are all the soldiers shooting at? We don't really know, but this is a wonderful shot. Now this is pretty cool. This is the London chase, and it looks like a human chase. Because I believe that this vehicle on the left is occupied by humans, and I believe the vehicle on the right is also occupied by humans. It looks like a Ford. It looks like a Mustang, but the only Mustang that I know of is Barricade, and that doesn't look like Barricade. So I don't know what's going on there. Just probably some vehicular destruction. Totally random. Somebody's on fire. Okay. I feel that the most spoilerish scenes are Optimus decapitating all those Infernicons, and also any additional scenes that we haven't already seen of the Bumblebee and Optimus fight. I really didn't need to see this. I didn't really need to see another move. We've seen so many different moves in this brutal smackdown between Bumblebee and Optimus, and it just got more brutal. Okay, Bumblebee is not holding back. He just grabs Optimus' head and then slams it to the ground, and then I guess that's the theme, hitting his head, because he hits the head with the hammer, he smacks him again with the hammer with a backhanded move, and then he also smacks him right to the ground. I guess he has to smack his head repeatedly to try to smack the evil out of him. I guess that's an ongoing theme, but I don't want to see any more of these fight scenes. I want to save it for the movie, because like, if they're showing all these scenes, and Michael Bay says that like, there's gonna be plenty more. Don't worry, okay? That means that this is gonna be a really long and brutal fight. It's gonna be so hard to watch, especially if you're really connected to those characters. This is gonna be crazy. Okay, now this is a very important scene, okay? Out of all the scenes and all that we've seen in this TV trailer, this is something else, okay? I have a lot of questions here. That appears to be a knight holding Bumblebee captive, or like holding him back, either protecting him or holding him back, or just holding him back, saying like the Bumblebee's like, let me at him, and then he's like, hey, you know, like, calm down, relax, or whatever, or he's holding him hostage. But what I'm curious about is, Cade is about to fight. He's got a sword. He looks like he's really about to fight. Who is he gonna fight? Okay, who is he really gonna fight? He's gonna fight a knight? Are they actually gonna show us, like, Cade holding this human-sized sword to parry, and by parry, if you don't know what parry means, it's a sword hitting another sword. Is he gonna parry Optimus' sword? Is he gonna parry Steelbane's sword? Are you trying to tell me that a Cybertronian can actually it can actually be guarded, like have their sword hits deflected by a human-sized sword? Are you kidding me? He did it with the against Lockdown in Transformers Age of Extinction, which I thought was okay. That scene convinced me, okay? Like, they sold the scene pretty well, but like, I didn't feel like that was really, honestly speaking, I don't feel really that is physically possible, but it looked good in that shot. I'll admit that it looked pretty good and intense, but to see it happen again, like, that just feels totally wrong. So he has a sword. He's going to defend against somebody, most likely a Cybertronian, and I just wonder, how is that even possible unless the sword holds some serious Cybertronian properties that make it able to deflect a hit from a knight or Optimus. Optimus is huge. That sword is going to be huge. Something is up there. Okay, I'm not going to comment much more than that, but I just feel a little bit unconvinced about that. They're going to really have to sell that scene pretty hard. Okay, so we've already seen Optimus decapitate the Inferticons, but of course, with newer marketing, they tweak up the CG a little bit, and it looks better now. So let's take a look at this. The Inferticons all look identical. If you look at the left one and the right one, they're pretty much just minions, unlike the toy, which shows that they're all different. They're pretty much identical, except some of them have weapons, some of them don't have weapons, and some of them have different weapons. All right. And then he slices them all, chopping their faces in half and just taking their heads right off. And you can clearly see that one of the ones on the right is lunging at him, and the other one on the left actually has the battle axe, which one of the knights was actually holding. And then he takes them all out. And finally, this is a shot that we've seen before, but now it's in full HD. And it's these tendrils that are holding parts of Cybertron taking out a pyramid. And not only does it take it out the pyramid, it completely obliterates it. They held that scene for much longer to show you the massive eradication and destruction that it's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the freaking pyramid is completely obliterated, and like, it's just like, whoa. It's like, whoa, crazy. And that's going to be a jaw-dropping moment, because that's like a historical monument, and they just took it out like nothing. And it was an accident too. Like, they didn't mean to take it out. It just happened to be there. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. I'm really concerned about the whole Cade Yeager, like, with the sword scene. I'm really concerned about that and what is really going to happen. And, like I said, this trailer was rushed. It was a little bit sloppy, mainly in that one scene. You could tell just because the scenes were cut really quickly. It's not a whole lot of music. It doesn't really provide any context to anything. It's just a bunch of random shots. That's all it is. Random shots, destruction, things blowing up, and that's how you sell a movie, a Michael Bay movie. Anyways, I can't wait to watch this movie, and I will be there. That's all I gotta say in this episode. If you can explain anything to me, let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Hughes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. But Bumblebee, Transformers Universe Bumblebee, will definitely be set in a more, it's got a more younger tone to it. And Bumblebee